Shit. Ow. It's just a lovely cup of tea. You know the fucking spilling that lovely cup of tea. Roll that lovely cup of tea. And we fucking out here. Sipping that shit. Look on. Okay, so today I want to go back in time, just for a little bit, just bear with me. Back to a time where there wasn't a World War III in the sights. Little old me is walking down the lanes of Twitter, aka fucking Chernobyl, because of how many post-birth brain defects it gives you. And then I looked at the hashtags and I was thinking, oh, BTS is on there. How cringe. So I clicked on it to see the cringe. No fan cams. No fan cams, no.
Oh my god, my favorite Twinkie Asian boy. I love him.
None of that. There was just a thread. A thread with a bunch of quote tweaks. This was juicy. This was tender. This was moist. This was succulent. This was KFC bucket of wings. Only $5.95. It's finger licking good. And I looked in horror, shock, dismay, disgust. It was a bunch of racist bullshit by BTS. I looked at the thread and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I looked at the replies and I was like, what the dog shit? There was just a bunch of different types of people. One side was the BTS stands going like, the other side was like, yes, finally we can cancel this bastard. The one side hooked on copium were like, oh, this is fake. You just deep-faked it, bro. You can't do that shit. And then there were the other people that were surprised that a white person wasn't the one that was racist. This is the thing I want to focus on, actually. A lot of people, when they think of a racist, they think of a white person, because you cannot be racist if you're black. You definitely can't be racist if you're Asian. That just doesn't make sense. Well, that, my friend, is called naivety. See, you lot only know about this country having a lot of racism, but you lot are completely ignoring this whole thing of Asia. I think the big problem is a lot of people associate Asia with only positives, which is understandable. You know, you got yourself a BTS, my favorite band in the whole world. You got yourself Mulan, which is actually a pretty good film. Not sure about the Disney remake. And you got the weebs that obsess over anything Japanese. You got hentai, which people like for some reason. Anime, which again, people like for some reason. It even appeals to the pedos, because in the Philippines, up until a week ago, the age of consent was only 12. But you got all of these other countries, and what's the thing they have in common? A lot of brown people. But the thing is, there's also a lot of this word right here. Colorism.
What are you talking about, man?
Now you're probably asking, Yusuf, is this a word you made up? No, I didn't, and besides, I would not make it colorism, because that's a stupid word, a very unoriginal. It's not creative enough. Colorism is very much related to racism. It's not explicitly saying that black people are the worst thing in the world, though there's a lot of that in Asia, trust me, but it kind of slightly, silently discriminates against them by having a huge fucking preference to people who are fair, which, by the way, I fucking hate that word with a passion. Like, think about the values of the word fair, all the synonyms, I think about all the synonyms of them. I think about the synonyms, the definitions, and the alternatives to the word fair. And I'll connect that with light skin. All of a sudden, people subconsciously think, without realizing, because it's subconscious idiot, that now we got ourselves a bunch of fucking divine creatures that are so well and so just and so amazing. I'll kiss their feet. You're gonna call Putin fair? You're gonna call Xi Jinping fair? You're gonna call Hitler fair? Like, what the shit? And so that subliminal messaging is already pretty cringe, so we can just get that sorted right now. Now, why in the dog shit is colorism even a thing? Well, here's the thing. Racism is like a disease. And the problem is this shit has been spreading to fucking Asia. Asia is now actually becoming Twitter, but for brown people. See, in Twitter, it's mostly comprised of white people, and white people complain a lot about there being white people. But then you got Southeast Asia, which is full of brown people, but the brown people are complaining that there's brown people there. It's literally like those Twitter artists that say, oh my god, this art is so shit because it's white, I fixed it, and then they make it black and fat. And now everyone in Asia is trying to be white and slim. This is hyperbole, bro. I go to India, I see a lot of dark people. You're just stupid. L plus ratio, plus young boy. First of all, get some grown pussy in you, you pedophile liking young boys. Second of all, if this is all hyperbole, explain to me why the fuck one of the biggest industries in all of these countries is skin lightening. And honestly, with the advertising that you see, you could probably guess why that's the case.
Hello, I like money.
They market this shit on billboards. You know, billboards that go over the cities and over the towns and the villages. There's little kids that see that shit. Like, oh, how to get fair and lovely. This fucking brand right here pisses me off. Fair and lovely.
Oh, I'm so light. I've got no melanin. I'm so fair.
This shit is the perfect mixture of sneakiness and in-your-faceness. You got the in-your-faceness with the billboards, but then you got the sneakiness with the wording fair and lovely, which I fucking hate. Fair and lovely. What the fuck's the alternative to that? Dark and disgusting? So brown you make me frown? I'm triggered because you look like
Fair and lovely. Oh.
What the fuck? And these products aren't good for you. They're probably the worst thing for your skin. Now, some of them are like, actually, we are ammonia free. That implies that there were skin products with fucking ammonia at one point. And now if there's an ammonia, you got fucking hydroquinoa, whatever the hell that is. Then you got mercury, which we all know if you have more than 2 IQ is very bad for you. Wait, hold on. Corticosteroids. Steroids. Huh. Maybe this shit isn't so bad. I don't know, maybe next video you see me like a buff Ed Sheeran, who knows? I mean, I got one beard hair that is ginger, so... On top of all this unhealthy shit, you got people that don't spend a lot of time in the sun, they shade all the time. They miss out a lot of niceness in the beach because of the fact they want to be as bright as the sun itself. A lot of people go to laser surgery and go pew 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 and get rid of their fucking melanin like that, which is fucking crazy. It reminds me of that one... That one anime gif. Anyway, so you see the extent that people will go to lighten their skin. But I guess if you're health conscious, some fucker in India somehow figured out that you can lighten your skin with... How the shit do you get into this control? The amount of people talking about bleaching their skin with potatoes is absolutely insane. Like this video over here, that video over here. There's shit like where they put fucking apple cider vinegar on the skin to make it sting, to somehow remove the genetic pigmentation across the nation of your face. What the shit? Like, you could make a potato soup, give that to a fucking poor person, but no, you just decided to make yourself into Michael Jackson. Okay. And now if you're too much of a pussy to do even that, you got yourself makeup. Now, obviously, we all know about the TikTok things. Oh my god, she catfish with makeup. I can't believe it. People using makeup to look different. So you're telling me all of these tools that were made to make your face look a little different, make your face look different? I can't fucking believe it. I thought all people were honest and kind. Like, no, they're not. This is called the real world, and in the real world, people would love to look like a fucking lifeless doll that looks like it's been in the cellar for too long. Like, we all know that, we get that, blah, blah, blah. But I want to specifically talk about culture, in the sense that this shit has been implanted into it. How so? Our own fucking weddings. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And look at this. I can't believe this got off. What? Look at the fuck. This is 2 different races. Like, think about it. This is your wedding day. Your wedding day where you're supposed to look your best. And your best is apparently looking like you got a fucking pigeon to do diarrhea on your face.
Yusuf, this is so kind, this is so cruel. They've been teaching this at school. You should be nice to each other. Besides, they totally would have chose to look like they've been cummed on by the Goliath. If it was in a perfect world, they would still choose to look like this. It's their body, their choice too, right?
First of all, that is very close to a political discussion of a bajillion kinds, which will end up in a fucking nuclear warfare in the comment section. Second of all, this is not gender dysphoria. It's not like people are born to feel like they're white in the inside. They're influenced by society, and this shit gets passed on like corona. I swear to God. And I'll get into why this is all understandable later in the video, but I'm just pissed off, and I want to just show you how much more problematic it can get. If the bleaching products weren't bad enough, if those potato videos weren't bad enough, if this isn't bad enough, let me show you something even worse. This is gonna go on a tangent, but have you seen the amount of bastards on the internet? They're ripped to the fucking bone, and then they get a little tiny bit of fat. Oh, guys, I'm so fat. Oh, look at all this fat. I bulked up too much. And then they make everyone body dysmorphic, develop bulimia and anorexia. It's kind of the same thing with race, but in reverse. See, there's all these stupid fucking transformation videos of like, I was not tan lovely, and now I'm tan lovely, and now my taxes get paid off of me. I get to go to the moon every time to collect some fucking cheese. I go and shake Obama's hand and he gives me a kiss on his pussy. Like if you plug your brain into the fucking HDMI for a second, think about the type of things you transform from. You transform from a Kuma to a person with 50 years worth of semen in you because you've been on NoFap and now your muscles are big. You go from obese and fat and smelly to sexy and yummy and please let me suck your milk. You go from someone who can't sing for shit to someone who's probably the next Matt Bellamy. So with transformation being associated with upgrades, what the fuck sort of message are you giving when you say you are going from dark to light? And so think about how many people there are out there in the world that see this. They only see that and think they need to apply it to themselves. I shit you not, like someone sewed my mouth shut from birth and I was never able to eat, so I couldn't even spawn the shit in the first place. I got all of the fucking telescopes from NASA and looked around and I couldn't see any baseball caps in sight. And I swear on my grandma's grave that it has gotten to the point where people blatantly darker than Gothic who live in deep dark Pakistan, because surprise, surprise, when you have 50 fucking degrees Celsius weather, you're gonna be a bit dark. Put their brightness up so high that their black hair becomes brown, and then they become lighter than most white people I know. And I shit you not, there are people who are lighter than me who do this shit. Lighter than brown, I love a cup of tea, which isn't even that dark. The reason why they do this is because these transformation videos convince all of these other people that the only way they're good is if their fucking skin is resemblant of boiled chicken. And you cunts probably got a Stop Asian hate in your bio, which pisses me the fuck off. Because you're literally trying to make everyone Caucasian, you cock Asian. But if all of that bullshit was not enough, if all of the companies and all of the fucked up corporations telling you that you're not good enough the way you are is not bad enough, I've seen mothers, legitimate mothers, they bear the child, they push their fucking thing out the funani. 36 hours of labor, they clothe them, they feed them, they beat them the fuck up, they tell them they love them so much. They literally have genetic DNA within them. And they say, oh well, you know what? You're cool and all, but you need to be lighter. Just to be good enough for society. What the fuck? And now you're probably thinking, Yusuf, are you just making this shit up? No. Many parents have told their kids in one way or another that lighter is better. Now how the shit they do this? Well, I got insider information. Some people do it subtly, you know, the lovely. It's just in the corner. They make it their part of their routine. Secondly, you have different languages for different types of people, like dark people. I've heard people say you can't look that clean when you are dark. Already a shit association with the colors. That should be it, right? No. They sometimes send these fucking transformation videos to their kids, for fuck's sake. And then they wonder why racism fucking exists. It's almost like you are erasing a race and making it out to be like something disgusting and giving those disgusting associations to your kid. This is Parents 101. Don't research about being a parent. Don't look at the psychology of a child. Just be a dickhead and think that they will turn out alright. And not totally racist and not totally spreading the dog shit racism that we've been suffering for thousands of years. You dick, well maybe not thousands, you know what I mean. This shit is so goddamn prevalent, it's ridiculous. Like imagine telling someone that they were birthed wrong after you birthed them. That is ridiculous. Now here's the thing, I do still understand, and I still want to give those points across. I'm gonna be a little more empathetic and sympathetic because I'm such an empath. I'm such an empath. Oh yeah, baby. S-H-E-E-E S-H. I'm such an empath. Yeah, I'm such an empath. I keep forgetting to see the psychology of social media. It's not like the minute you go onto Instagram, you just see people saying, oh my god, dark people are the worst. Dark people, more like fat people. I mean, there's still some dumbasses who still think that melanin is accumulated via evil, but the biggest problem with all of this is that the representation that India and Pakistan and all these countries get is utterly dog shit. At least half the fucking population of Southeast Asia is made up of dark people, but the dark people don't even get fucking represented because all of these white cunts have taken their place. Can you even call them Indian? For fuck's sake, they're lighter than me. They're lighter than Drake. They're lighter than fucking white people I know. You can interpret this in a bajillion ways, but what many people will subconsciously talk about, oh, Lisa, you keep talking about subconscious. Shut the fuck up. What people interpret this as subconsciously is this trait of me that's a very big part of me. Is that not good enough to show? Oh, you're trying to make everything about it. Let's talk about a thing that's a little bit more relatable. Height. There are some fortunate bastards who come out the womb 6 foot tall, and then there's dudes who literally don't grow an inch after 12. So in the West world, we've got all of these fuckers who like fucking beanstalks. They're represented so much more. They're desired. But the 5'2" guy, he looks kind of fine. No, we don't want to show you. We want to show this boy. They are fucked from the beginning. They don't get the representation on the posters or online or whatever the fuck. To have even a couple people say they look good. They don't even have that. So all of the short dudes, they get confidence issues, and they probably consider some of these surgeries where they fucking, like, this surgery is so weird. They break the bone, and then they fucking separate the bone millimeter by millimeter, day by day. Some people actually genuinely go to these surgeries just to get taller. And so if you relate that to the racism and the colorism in Asia, you could see why the fuck people want to get there. With all these little teeny tiny influences like, oh, I don't get to see people like me on the labels, on the shops, people like me on TV. And you feel like you're just an outsider when you're inside the fucking society. You will feel like bleh, and then you want to go to or what is considered whatever the hell that is. I'm sounding like that turtle. And hey, you may not even be in the eyes of the actual companies. You might actually be. What if they need to make a problem to sell you shit? Well, that, my friends, is the beauty of marketing.
This is by far the best side hustle I found.
In Marketing 101, let me put the glasses on. See, you lot don't know that a lot of the times when people want to sell you shit, they don't actually give you something that will solve an existing problem, because that will take too much effort. You know what doesn't take too much effort, though? Make it a problem. Oh shit, my mattress is duvetless. Oh fuck. Well, I could just, pick the... No, this study right here says the more times you do this to pick up the duvet, the more times you're gonna develop dick cancer. Oh shit, I don't wanna get dick cancer even though I'm a woman. Maybe I might transition, get some bomb surgery, then get dick cancer. That would be kind of shit. Let me show you this duvet thingy-my-bobby thing that puts the duvet back on the bed. It's so cool. Please buy. And so with a seemingly low price or with a discount, people are gonna be like, let me buy it, let me in, let me in. You don't believe me? You don't believe the marketing genius? Well, think about everything we have in the universe right now. This PC may actually be really cool. You don't have any blue lights, you don't have any LEDs. Ish. Might as well be made out of fucking Play-Doh. Get some lights, goddammit, or you are not a gamer. You do not have a nose the size of a fucking Mentos. You may as well chop off your nose, give it to the nearest doner kebab shop. Your lips don't look like you just gave anal lingus to a bee. And all you need to do is just save up a teeny, insignificant amount of money. Let's just say up to your monthly fucking wage, just so you can get injected with thickened water, for fuck's sake. And so when you make something like dark skin a problem, a lot of the population has dark skin. So a lot of the people have a problem. That's a lot of customers. Kind of clever, I'm not even gonna lie. And it's even better than a lot of these other things that could be problems that they can make up. Because here's the thing, that duvet, yeah sure, that duvet is a thing I see when I wake up and when I go to sleep. However, when you see your reflection, when you see yourself, and you think, oh shit, I'm still dark, and dark is a problem, you are the company's personalized advertising. That is shit. That's mega heaping shit. No cookies, no fucking data searching, and that problem compounds and compounds and compounds until you buy. Now, an actual intellectual in the comments may bring up the fact that this is all just to accommodate already existing insecurities, which is a valid point 100 bajillion %. Racism has always been a thing, and colorism is in its own way an extension of that. But I just lied to you. Racism only existed when we made it. And if something so powerful like racism was man-made, why the hell is it not the case for colorism? Of course it's man-made. Of course it's being fed actively. And it's by the companies. Well, then who the fuck are behind the companies? You wanna know? You legitimately want to know? You legitimately 100%, no doubt in your mind, want to know. Glow and Lovely, because they changed their name because of pussy, is an Indian skin lightening product of Hindustan Unilever introduced to the market in India. Now, if it doesn't make it any clearer, I'll go to the headquarters. Oh, look at that. Fucking Mumbai. India. So if you're already not getting how genuinely fucked up this whole thing is, I will reiterate it. We as Asians have taken the racism that we adopted from the West, and we're selling it to ourselves. We're literally selling it to ourselves to make money for us. Now, I can expect this obviously from Pakistani. I can speak from experience. Cheap bastards. They love money all the time. But Indians, come on. Like, I understand half of you want to be dentists and want your clients to have white teeth, but doesn't mean they have to have white skin. Also, China, I can't really fucking... China and Japan are like some of the most racist countries on this planet. I'm just saying. So, with all of that being said, it is understandable to the utmost degree why you are ashamed of your dark skin. I hope I displayed my levels of empathicity. So, that's not a word. But the problem, why I kept being mean in the beginning, is that, yeah, the company advertises to you via you, but you advertise that standard to everyone else, making the companies richer and your soul poorer. Let me bring up the fact that your brain literally processes every single thing you do way more than you consciously think. So the amount of times you've done that weird habit, you picked your nose, bit your nails without realizing, again and again and again and again and again, you eventually make physical neurological pathways. So it literally gets ingrained into your brain. When you say to yourself, I'm a loser, I'm a disgusting idiot, I should go die, and you think that again and again and again, you will personally believe it and may take your own life. So what the hell would that not apply to you making yourself feel shitty for having dark skin when you say, I don't like my dark skin. Dark skin is bad. Dark people are the worst. White people better. Yeah. Like, if you want an affirmation, you are beautiful. You should be proud of yourself. You are epic. You have a big dick. You don't need validation from dumbasses on the internet. Repeat that every day. 3 sets of 5 on an incline. Take 5 minutes rest each set. And as satirical as this bar is here, this mantra will be way more useful than the bullshit you're telling yourself, which is, again, understandable why you're telling yourself this, but it isn't going to help, because then you're poisoning yourself. So when you yourself are poisoned, you think you touching the other person is not gonna poison them. And before you come up and slap me and shoot me dead, please put the gun down and don't put words in my mouth. You've probably gone like 10, 20 plus years thinking this way. I'm not gonna say that that's just gonna be fixed with a bunch of nice words. That would be stupid. I'm saying, however, if we just got a little bit more positivity in the Asian community, just a little bit more embracement of our dark skin or of your dark skin, we just get a little bit closer to this colorism bullshit, all these cancerous transformation videos, and this fucking company. We can just get closer to the decline of all of that. Maybe not by much, not by a mile, but at least a step. Like, I'm an asshole when I'm doing commentary videos. You saw my last video on Dream. I was a piece of shit. I just, however, feel fucking pain seeing all of my dark-skinned brothers and sisters who are beautiful as shit, feel like shit. I just don't want this shit to be passed on to our next generation. And I mean, we still have a long way to go. The fact it is revolutionary for people to be open about their brownness in India, of all places. So you yourself, as a brown person, have the duty to not bend to this bullshit of light skin is better. If you're light skin, that's perfectly fine. But if you're dark, embrace that shit. So don't let these stupid fucking YouTube videos and Facebook posts and your friends being lighter than the fucking moon, don't let that pressure you into changing your skin. Inspirational video, but the thing is, you're literally light skinned. Yeah, I understand. I come from a place of privilege in that sense, but I'm still Asian. And I don't think it should matter if it comes from me or from a person who's literally made out of blue tack. It still stands, because it still is a problem in Asia that doesn't get anywhere near as much recognition as it should. And I just want people who maybe not know about this to know about this, for people to at least acknowledge that they're in this sort of problem and they need to break out of it, or like, you know, begin to break out of it, so that we don't have other people being inspired into doing this. And hopefully in the future, we don't not have people who look like they come from Fallout 3 because of how many times they fucking warboard themselves with apple cider vinegar. That's my message. I know this video's not gonna fucking do a big grandiose and the world kisses, everyone's gay and there's ponies. That's not gonna happen, but if I can be a part of that change, then I would love that. I think that's it for me. You're cool. You're all epic. Don't go be poopy to each other. Follow these artists because they're really cool. And I'll see you later. Hopefully not in another year. Bye-bye. Like if you get to like if you get to if you get to like if you go to like if you get to like if you get to like if you get to